You love your dog. That's not in question. But here's what is. Some of the things you do every single day, out of love, out of habit, out of pure good intention, your dog doesn't experience as love at all. They experience them as stress, as confusion, as something they simply have to endure because they trust you. Today, we're going to look at 5 of them, not to make you feel bad, but because understanding your dog better is the most loving thing you can do. Breed 1, hugging them. You mean love. They feel trapped. This one is going to sting a little, because it's the most instinctive thing we do. When we love something, we hold it. We hug it. It's how humans express affection physically. It's wired into us, and so we do it to our dogs. In 2016, Stanley Coren, a psychology professor at the University of British Columbia and one of the leading researchers in canine behavior, analyzed 250 photographs of people hugging their dogs taken from the internet. In 82% of the images, the dogs were displaying at least one clear sign of stress: turning their head away, closing their eyes partially, pinning their ears back, licking their lips. Only 7.6% of the dogs looked genuinely comfortable. In 2024, a study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science went further, analyzing video footage of people hugging their dogs, and found that 2/3 of dogs responded with behaviors ranging from panting and blinking to, in some cases, attempting to nip. Here's why. Dogs are what behaviorists call cursorial animals, built for running. When they feel threatened, their first instinct is to run away. A hug removes that option completely. It pins them in place. And even if your dog loves you completely, that biological response to being physically restrained doesn't disappear. Now, and this matters, not every dog reacts the same way. Some dogs genuinely tolerate and even enjoy hugs from the people they love. The point isn't that you should never hug your dog. The point is to watch their body language while you do it. Breed 2, staring directly into their eyes. To you, it's connection. To them, it can be a challenge. There is a moment that happens between humans and dogs that feels like pure connection. You look into your dog's eyes, they look back at yours, and there is something there that feels like understanding. And in the right context, with the right dog, that's real. Research by Takefumi Kikusui at Azabu University in Japan found that mutual gazing between dogs and their owners increases oxytocin levels in both, the same bonding hormone released between parents and infants. But here's the other side of that. In the animal world, prolonged direct eye contact between individuals who don't know each other well is not a signal of affection. It is a challenge. It is the precursor to conflict. Every dog understands this from the first weeks of their life. When a stranger approaches your dog and stares directly into their eyes, even while smiling, even while speaking softly, many dogs experience that as pressure. A 1998 study observed 88 dogs and found that direct, hard approaches caused significantly more stress-related behaviors than slow, averted gaze approaches. The nuance. If your dog knows and loves you, eye contact builds the bond. If a stranger does it, or if you do it when your dog is already stressed, it reads as threat. Read the room. Or in this case, read the dog. Breed 3. Inconsistent routines. Your dog doesn't have a calendar. They have you. Dogs don't experience time the way we do. They don't know what day it is. They don't know that today is different because it's a holiday, or because you worked late, or because you simply forgot. What they know is pattern, smell, light, sound, sequence. They build an internal map of how their day is supposed to go, and when it doesn't, that map breaks. Research in animal cognition shows that dogs can predict routine events with remarkable accuracy. The time of walks, the time of meals, the time their owner returns. When those events don't happen as expected, dogs exhibit measurable anxiety responses, pacing, whining, restlessness, loss of appetite. The reason is biological. Dogs are den animals. Predictability equals safety. Unpredictability in the wild signals danger. Something in the environment has changed. Your dog's nervous system responds to a skipped walk or a delayed meal the same way it would respond to a potential threat. With alertness, with stress hormones, with the quiet distress that most owners never notice because it doesn't look like a loud problem. This isn't about being perfect. A skipped walk won't break your dog, but chronic unpredictability, meals at wildly different times, walks that happen sometimes and don't other times, builds chronic low levels anxiety that affects their quality of life in ways that are hard to see and easy to prevent. If this video is making you look at your dog a little differently, that's the whole point. Subscribe to your dog so you never miss a video like this one, and hit like right now. It helps more dog owners find this information. 2 more things to go. And number 5 is the one that surprises people most, because it involves something you probably do every week thinking it's good for them. Breed 4. Loud voices and arguments at home. Your dog doesn't understand the words, but they feel everything. Dogs can hear frequencies humans can't. They can detect sounds at 4 times the distance we can, and they are exquisitely sensitive to the emotional content of the human voice, the tone, the pitch, the speed. They read human emotional states through sound the way we read facial expressions, which means that when voices in the house are raised, when there's an argument, when someone is stressed and speaking sharply, when the TV is too loud and people start talking over it, your dog is not simply hearing noise. They are receiving an emotional signal that something in their environment is wrong. A 2017 study published in the journal Animal Cognition found that dogs living in households with high levels of conflict showed significantly elevated cortisol levels, the primary stress hormone. Chronically elevated cortisol in dogs is linked to immune suppression, digestive problems, and behavioral changes, including increased anxiety and reactivity. Your dog doesn't know what you're arguing about. They don't understand the words, but they feel the emotional charge in the air with an accuracy that most of us never give them credit for. They sit in the middle of a conflict between the 2 people they love most in the world, and they carry it. Breed 5. Forcing bath time without preparation. You think it's care. They experience it as an ambush. You grab the shampoo, you run the water, and suddenly your dog, who is just lying peacefully on the couch, is trying to fit behind the toilet. You think, why do they hate this? It's just a bath. It's good for them. From the dog's perspective, something very different is happening. First, the water. Dogs have hearing 4 times more sensitive than humans, and running water creates a wall of sound that many find genuinely overwhelming. Second, the restraint. Sound familiar? Like the hug, a bath requires holding the dog in place, removing their ability to run, and their biology interprets that the same way every time. Third, the smells. Dogs navigate the world primarily through scent. Their own scent, on their body, their coat, is information. It tells other dogs who they are, where they've been, what they've done. A bath doesn't just clean them, it erases them. And then you apply something that smells to a dog's nose, overwhelming and completely foreign. The solution isn't to stop bathing your dog. It's to approach it differently. Gradual exposure, letting them smell the shampoo, touching the towel while giving treats, turning on the water without putting them in it first, changes bath time from an ambush into a known event. Known events don't spike cortisol. Unknown restraint does. 5 things. All of them done out of love. None of them done with bad intentions. But all of them landing differently than you intended. Because your dog speaks a language that most of us were never taught. That's what this channel is about. Not making you feel like a bad owner. You're here, you're watching, you care. That already puts you in a different category. This is about closing the distance between what you mean and what they feel, between the love you give and the love they can actually receive. Watch your dog today with fresh eyes. See if you catch any of the signals. And share this video with someone who loves their dog. Because the more people who understand this, the better the lives of a lot of dogs get. Subscribe to your dog. Hit like if this changed something for you. See you in the next one.